Okay, now let's bring in former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, America's Mayor, my mayor. He's also the host of the hit news show America's Mayor Live, which you can watch on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, and Gitter. Oh, and by the way, he's also a co-defendant in the Georgia indictment. His name appears directly next to one Donald John Trump. Mr. Mayor, RICO, I read that. I immediately went back to, you famously used RICO to put away some of the most dangerous criminals the world has ever seen. Fat Tony Salerno from the Genovese crime family, Tony Duck Lucchese family, Carmine Jr. Persico Columbus, Paul Castellano, the boss of the powerful Gambinos. Mr. Mayor, why the hell is Fani Willis trying to charge you with racketeering?
Because she's a politician and not a lawyer, not an honest, honorable lawyer. This is a ridiculous application of the racketeering statute. There's probably no one that knows it better than I do, probably some that know it as well. I was the first one to use it in white-collar cases. But in major cases like the Boesky case and the Milken case, this is not meant for election disputes. I mean, this is ridiculous what she's doing. Also, I don't know if she realizes it because she seems like a pretty incompetent, sloppy prosecutor. I mean, what she did yesterday with that indictment is inexcusable. If she worked for me, I'd have fired her.
You mean they
filed the indictment? They filed the indictment at 12:07.
Well, hold on. Let me so that people can catch up here. So it was allegedly filed with the clerk prior to the grand jury actually voting. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It was filed. I mean, I've read many more of those than she has. It has a stamp. It has a date accepted. It has a time accepted. It has a case number already at 12 o'clock. It's been assigned to a judicial office and a courtroom. That's all you have to do to file an indictment anywhere in a federal court. Well, somebody made a big mistake because the grand jury hadn't voted it yet. So then they scrambled like crazy. This is why they were scrambling, because they had to get it done by 8:14. So we had the Keystone Cops running this way, running that way. They didn't put their witnesses in.
So, Mr. Mayor, let me get this straight. You believe that Fani Willis had already decided to indict prior to the grand jury actually recommending the indictment, which, by the way, went 13-0. I believe I understood it. Go ahead.
Well, who cares what it went? You have to get them to vote before you can file the indictment. Or you're just telling us that you treat the grand jury like a ham sandwich. Good prosecutors do not. Good prosecutors, honest prosecutors, honorable ones, treat the grand jury with respect. Of course, they usually follow your recommendation. They should. I mean, the prosecutor should be responsible and sound. But I've had grand juries that haven't, and I let them because I believed in justice, not politics. This is a political case, 100%. Number two, not only should it be dismissed and therefore regularized, the case should be immediately removed to the federal court under a statute I really doubt she thought about. I don't know if she thinks on. And that would be 28 United States Code, Section 1442, paren A, which says that any case involving a federal official or one acting on behalf of a federal official should be removed to federal court, and it should be done liberally and broadly. The presumption should be in favor of removal. So we should all file a motion in the federal court to remove the case from her and the Georgia court, ask for a trial in the federal court. Interestingly, a couple of years ago, Congress amended that statute. Should we lose, we get a right to appeal in the federal court, which is not usually the case. All of the literature, all of the cases makes it very clear that a case like this should be litigated in a federal court because it's setting rules for federal conduct, the conduct of a president. And every state should not be setting different rules. I wonder if she thought her way through that. She certainly indicted me for nothing, for being a lawyer for which I am very resentful.
Do you think she's upping the ante by using RICO, I don't know, to get some sort of attention for herself or to get some media attention? Go ahead.
But to a ridiculous degree, to the degree that she's making a fool out of herself. I mean, the end result of Fani Willis in the annals of the law will be incompetent prosecutor who didn't even know how to get an indictment and didn't realize the case was going to be removed. So she's had her moment of glory, and her place in history will be very different. Let's say mine. Do you know after I was finished testifying, she wanted to meet with me? Because she's always wanted to meet with me because of my great record. This is what she said to me. This woman is a politician through and through. This is a political indictment. Actually, a federal court should enter an order enjoining all of these cases until the election is over, because they are clearly now not cases. They're not even crimes. This is the First Amendment. This is free speech. It's my acting as a lawyer. I have a right to argue for my client. I even have a right to exaggerate for my client. I have a basis for everything I said. Half of what they wrote about me is false, and they know it. This should all be put off until after the election, because it is clearly a violation of his right to run for office. And he should bring a 1983 action to vindicate that, and see if a federal court won't take a look at the whole history, going back to their original crime, which is Russian collusion, which was a crime, by the way. It's the same people committing the crime, same people who lied about Russian collusion, lied about Biden bribery, lied about the hard drive, same people lying now, and it's the same people telling the truth. Trump, me, Meadows. I don't know, maybe people get the point by now.
Mr. Mayor, I certainly hope so. You keep a tough fight, because I'm just blowing us out, Rico.
You can count on me, baby.
I almost felt
I'm going nowhere. And all this stuff about cooperating, you're damn right I'm going to cooperate. I'm going to cooperate and show what criminals they are and what they're doing to our Constitution and how they're destroying it and how they are a disgrace to my profession. That's what I'm going to cooperate with.
Good for you. Good for you. Mayor Rudy Giuliani, America's mayor, my mayor. Thank you for being here, sir.